And you're gonna see how I actually created a reticule from scrap fabric. Finally, my first reticule. I've been dressing Regency for 2 years now, and I only made my reticule last year. I was missing out, I swear, but it is a perfect project to use the most of your fabric if you have any leftover, and also match with your dress. You just make a reticule, the same fabric as your dress, you have a matching reticule. How wonderful is that? I don't have pockets on this dress, so I need something to put my phone. I'm a 21st century girl, I need to put my phone somewhere. I need to make a Regency bag or reticule. I also did a tiny little doodle of things that I want. And I'm very proud of these doodles. I tried to figure out the shape, the details, and the, what did I say? A fabric that I have. I was very proud of the fact that I do have enough fabric because I did specially cut it last time, which was in September, to make a reticule. But then I didn't have the time because I overplanned, and now hopefully I have enough time because I didn't overplan, as if I didn't. I did overplan again. First, I'm measuring the size of the scraps to estimate how big the bag should be and using scrap paper to create a self-draft pattern. Making a paper pattern first gives me the opportunity to adjust the shape of the bag before cutting into the fabric and ruining the scraps that I have left over. I will need to measure the scrap fabric first. This will give an approximate size for the paper pattern. I start by preparing a rectangular shape of the paper to then draft a bag pattern from it. Both sides of the bag will be mirrored, so I'm folding the paper to draw on one side only. Using a reference picture, I start by drawing an estimated shape of the reticule. You can do the same with any other reticule or accessory, as these don't require precise fitting. After estimating the shape, I took an item that will need to fit through the opening of the bag and adjust the draft. Once I'm happy with these adjustments, I proceed to cutting the pattern. The final pattern will not have seam allowances included. I will be adding these when cutting the main fabric and lining. Final check that all desired items can fit in the reticule, and I'm good to start cutting main fabric. Previously, I have already cut 2 similar sizes of rectangles, but never had the time to draft a pattern. I'm securing the paper pattern before cutting so that the fabric doesn't shift. I'm transferring the pattern onto the leftover fabric using tailor's chalk. Now I'm cutting out the main fabric pieces using the paper pattern that I have drafted. Paper pattern doesn't include seam allowances, so once I'm cutting the pattern, I am adding seam allowances. So I'm using these leftover fabrics to make and decorate a reticule. It's another scrappy project for me, but oh, it's a fun one. Once 2 sides of the bag have been cut, I decided to work on piping that will decorate the edges of the bag. And I've done some research yesterday, and I've realized what I want to add to my bag. And then I went through stuff that I love. I would say, you probably know what I'm gonna say, piping. That's the first thing. Yes, we're gonna add more piping. As if I don't even need more piping. I need more piping, okay? This is like Regency, but we're getting to the area of piping. I don't want any leftover fabric, and I need to create piping fabric from this. Piping is made by wrapping a strip of fabric around a cord and stitching close to the cord to hold it securely in place. I'm cutting the strip wide enough to wrap around the cord and also leave seam allowances to sew it to the bag. With the zipper foot, I'm keeping my stitching close to the cord for neat piping. I decided to use piping for my reticule to match a dress that also was decorated with piping details. It's one of my favorite techniques to use scrap fabric on. When it is sewn into the seam, this raised edge will give the reticule more definition and give it a more polished look. I'm attaching piping to the fabric first by basting it with leftover thread and then sewing it on a machine with a zipper foot. This prevents the fabric from bunching underneath and creates a neat finish. To pipe around the curves, I first locate the meeting point of two seam allowances on the piping and then mark it with a pen. Then I cut to this point just before where I stitched the cord. This way it will be easier to stitch the piping and reduce bulk in the corners of the bag. Once the piping is attached to the first side of the bag, I'm placing the second side right sides together to sandwich the piping in between them. I'm following the previously stitched seam where I have attached the piping. This will make sure that the piping will be perfectly sewn to the bag. Mid-project, I have decided to add lining because it will hold the shape of the bag better and be sturdier. I'm using stash undyed cotton fabric and using the same paper pattern. Once the lining has been sewn, I'm inserting the lining with wrong sides together with the main fabric. This will make sure that all the seam allowances will be hidden in between lining and main fabric. I'm then folding the raw edges of the lining under, which hides the unfinished edges and creates clean seams altogether. To attach the lining to the main fabric using whip stitch, I'm hand sewing the top edges of the reticule shut. had a small piece of trim left over from my main dress and wanted to add it to this reticule also, just to tie everything together. I stitched it to the top of the bag using pinprick stitch and following roughly where the drawstrings will be added. I want drawstrings because, well, you want to close the reticule or the bag. And now it was time to work on the drawstrings at the top of the reticule. I already made sure that this section will be wide enough for the ribbon to pass through easily at the drafting stage. I also made sure to leave a small gap or an opening in the channel that will allow me to insert the drawstring with a safety pin. To finish the drawstrings, I am tying the edges of the ribbon to create 2 loops that will help me carry it like a bag. Once the ribbon is pulled, the fabric can gather very nicely and keep the reticule closed. Because I was going through my stash, I found some beads. So now we're definitely attaching cute beads. And also I've realized that I really love this shape because I can add more beads. To create tassels, I am using a sewing thread and a needle to pick up the beads and then create different amounts of tassels for different sides of the reticule. Once I have created 3 tassels with beads, these will be then sewn to the 3 corners of the reticule. And here is the finished reticule. I am just so happy how it turned out, the way that I have used all the scrap fabric and all the scrap things that I had, from ribbon to trims to all the beads that I used. It's such a scrappy project, yet such a beautiful thing to have, and it matches perfectly with my dress. If you would love to support me more, you can always do so by watching more of my videos, and I will see you in my next one. Bye everyone!